The date today is November 17th.
Yes.
The Friday was November 14th.
Mm-hmm.
This clip is from Friday, November 14th. And according to my calendar, November 10th is the day, would be like 4 weeks out from when Trump was juiced.
We have Trump period calendar on there.
I have a Trump period calendar on my phone. And I also have one here where he's ovulating, just in case. And, but so November 10th goes by, we hear no report of him having a medical visit. Now you recall, in October 10th, he had his second annual in 6 months that we knew of. And for a while, he had like a problem right here. He was covering up with makeup on his hand.
Yeah.
Now, I haven't seen any more pictures of his hands lately. It's unclear.
I think they found a new entry.
It's possible. But then, so I'm like, oh, okay, maybe that was just a coincidence. He had two physicals, two annual physicals in 6 months.
Right.
Sometimes I go through jags where I'm like, I got to get my teeth. I got to go to a dentist, every 3 months because I'm afraid of losing my teeth. And I'm out of that, thankfully. Now it's too expensive. And so then we see this video from Friday.
Why you needed to get an MRI? I understand that the results were good, but what was it for?
Because it's part of my physical. Getting an MRI is very standard. What you think I shouldn't have? Other people got it.
Typically, an MRI
I had an MRI.
Specific part of your body.
Here's what's mysterious. I had an MRI. The doctor said it was the best result he has ever seen as a doctor. That's it. But I had an MRI as part of my standard yearly, or I think they do it every 2 years, but I have the physical every year, and the result was outstanding.
Was it your brain?
Did you
or
know?
your heart?
I have no idea what they analyzed, but whatever they analyzed it well, and they said that I had as good a result as they've ever seen.
That's why you need.
Okay. There's a couple of things to unpack here. First off, he has an MRI as part of his annual physical, or maybe it happens every 2 years. But this is the third annual physical he's had in 3 months.
It's a three-parter.
It's a three, but they spread it out every month. So it's a rolling annual physical.
It's super standard to have MRIs over and over and over again, month over month.
I probably just want to test the machine to see what a perfect result looks like.
Although I
Yes.
will say, there's this.
But how do you assess if you
Yeah.
have a perfect MRI relative to what? How could a completely healthy person have a better MRI than somebody else?
I'm not sure, but Trump has found a way to do it. There's I don't know if you've noticed this, but influencers are now promoting MRI machines on Instagram, Real Housewives that I've followed, even actresses and stuff like that. It's like, get your MRI today, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, that's just a bit of an aside.
Looks like in MRI results are not usually described as perfect. Usually they're described as normal, unremarkable, or no acute abnormalities
Well, that's
detected.
what I'm saying. You're basically saying, we found so much nothing. This was the most nothing we ever found.
Wow, this is so good.
I just wanted to try a special lens today to see if I could get even clearer images. And this looks great. This is the best looking MRI I've had. Look, there is reasons why you might get an MRI if you wanted to assess how a monoclonal, I think it is, treatment for Alzheimer's was going, right? Because theoretically, I think if you had a brain scan, you might be able to, but I don't know.
How often would you be getting said monoclonal infusion for Alzheimer's?
That would be monthly.
That's so interesting.
Every American will soon receive their own MedBed card.
There you go.
If only those were ready, because he could get card number 1, and that would cure all of this.
He doesn't need it. It was a perfect MRI.
Yeah,
He's the only one who doesn't need
No,
it.
I'm just waiting because I don't need a med bed because I'm so healthy.
It's the most perfect pee test I've ever taken.
I wonder what the how long that stuff works.
Apparently about 47 hours because he was falling asleep.
No, I'm saying like I would imagine, I mean, my experience with Alzheimer's in terms of my mother is that you don't reverse stuff, but you can slow its roll dramatically.
Yep.
If you have the resources. And so it's unclear, what, I don't know, but, who knows? It's also like if I was president of the United States, I will tell you right now, I would get a monthly physical. That's what I would use it for. I would be like,
would you also, if you were the kind of guy that could pass a cognitive test with flying colors, would you maybe perhaps be able to remember why you got an MRI?
it's just par for the
Whatever
course.
they analyzed it well.
I'm not too worried about it.
It's called protective.
Prophylactic MRIs.
Prophylactic MRI. Well, no, people do that.
No, I know. But, well, I was just,
Yeah, Emma.
yeah, sorry.
People do that, okay?
Sorry.
I had the Epstein files removed from my body. I used the brain technology so I could forget everything.
Yes.
It looks like you should update your schedule to 4 weeks, not a month.
Right. Listen,
The period calendar.
Yeah,
It's every
right.
4 weeks.
Well, that's also, yeah.
I know.
Oh, is that also a period schedule?
I really do I want to further the idea that Trump is on and we're tracking his cycle.
I'm
his
synced
period
up with
cycle.
the moon.
Yep.
I will.
As are the most fertile women.
I'm trying to see. I think I have it for repeating every month, but I should switch it to every 4 weeks. I'll do that. Every
Watch Harry Emden.
4 weeks. There you go. Look at that. We're just going to do it on the... God, technology is fantastic.
This is surveil your president's cycles.
Yep.
He's insanity proof, though. You remember that mob boss who would walk around the Greenwich Village in a
with
bathrobe?
PJs, yeah.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
You could never tell if he's faking it or not because he's so
Exactly.
insane.
That is in some ways his trump card, not to do too many puns in the show.
Ben Shapiro spent his first term arguing that he was incapable of, what was it, like, intent?
Yeah.
He was so insane, he was not
right.
possible. He couldn't intend to do anything.
Right? Do you really think that Trump could have manufactured this plot? It's like, why does it even matter? And also, isn't that an indictment on the political candidate that you have at the top of your party?
Nicola says, Sam, it's important to be careful with comparing Alzheimer's and especially important to know that there's multiple types of dementia for multiple reasons. As someone who works with dementia patients, though I'm not a doctor, the variation, even with people who have the same diagnosis, is something you can't take for granted. Indeed. Indeed.
He's getting angrier with reporters and stuff, which is also in line.
Well, that's also, I think, also a function of like, he's got to be upset about the Epstein stuff. For whatever it is that's in there, and it may be about the child sex trafficking stuff, but it could also be about finances. You know, like one of the things, like in the emails that Epstein said was, and it could be both, that Epstein said was like, you know, Trump. He's again, he had mentioned him being a money launderer, not having real money. And in fact, I think in his emailing with a former Obama lawyer, I can't remember her name off the top of my head at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
He said, like, I think maybe it was to her that this stuff about like, he doesn't have this real kind of money. Because you remember, the big thing they pushed in 2016 was like, he's not a real billionaire. And if it was about the fact that he was sort of like doing some money laundering, their thinking was probably like, we can't come out and say he's a money launderer. we can't even necessarily investigate him in the run up to the presidency because that would be inappropriate. But maybe we can say he's not a billionaire to scare him into like, thinking that we're hot on his trail. I mean, it's hard to know, but there could be other stuff in there about his finances. Who knows?
Right.
Who knows?
Yeah, there was one email, I can't find it now, but it mentioned Hyatt's and how guys like Trump become sort of like money laundering icons because you become famous. You can sort of work these financing deals out a lot easier.
Well, that's the email I'm talking about.
That is
he's comparing Hyatt to just being the branding on one side.
Right.
But he also says that Trump will be a Trojan buyer.
Right.
For properties that wealthy people who are laundering money don't want their names associated with. So Trump will own it in name, but it's really owned by other people, and he gets a little basically like vague for the whole thing, and that's it.
Well, it would make sense with some other theories we've bandied about Trump, not why he wasn't locked up in the period before running for office, despite having all of these money laundering connections and deeply corrupt business ties that were already made evident. If you're cooperating with the government, that makes it a little less likely that they're going to prosecute you on those kinds of things. But go on.
That's what people are saying about the dog that didn't bark, is that a dog didn't bark. That Epstein was saying, it's interesting that we're not hearing from Trump right now. He's probably the leaker. Hey, folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our daily show. We do it every day at 12 p.m. Eastern for about 2.5 hours. We even take phone calls. You should check that out.